would you call this roll?
Commissioner Tucci,
Here.
Commissioner Byer,
Here.
Commissioner Mamonakis,
Here, actually.
Commissioner De Leon Guerrero,
Here.
and Tom Clerk Blackwell is here as well.
Now, do we have the agenda for last month? Is it in there?
Agenda for minutes.
A month, it for, June, May?
I have the June minutes here.
What?
I thought it has the June minutes. We don't need agenda for last.
I mean, the minutes for, okay, so let's approve the agenda. Let's add to the agenda tonight a continued conversation with the charter school, Thomas Clear.
Yeah, I make a motion that we approve the agenda for July 7th. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So now we'll look at the minutes. And I think, Sean, you have the minutes.
Oh,
Do we have copies?
we're
You all have them, I gave everyone a copy of all the minutes.
Oh. February. New.
So, oh, yeah, wrong. Let's, maybe we could approve, one page, like the last one from June 2nd.
The last page?
We could approve all, the one from June 2nd too.
Okay. Okay, we will approve the,
That's pretty
okay,
good.
I mean, once we read it. My name's Steph. Hmm. Do we have any corrections on the minutes?
Not that I can see.
And I don't know
Looks
if you.
good to me.
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I think Sarah was here.
Sarah, were you here? But you don't
Yes,
have.
it looks good to me. This is a good outline of what was discussed.
Okay, would someone make a motion to approve the minutes?
I motion to approve.
When someone second,
And it's from June 2nd.
June 2nd.
I'll second.
Okay, your second, June 2nd. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Okay. And so the motion's passed. All right, do we have any citizens' comments? No. Okay, any reports? No. Okay, our next order of business is new business. There's no new business. So there is what we call old business or continued business. Let's have a discussion on those items.
So can I approach the copies? I'm kind of talk us through this. So I did go to my board and propose this idea of trading frontage property for frontage property. Ariel, do you want a copy? So on the first page is the satellite view, and since there's a map on the wall here, let's just orient ourselves. This charter school is the same as what's shown here. Right, that little white blob. And so here's the New Living Wisdom track, charter school, and you can see those same property values, that kind of yin yang sort of overlapping Z. And then the larger property that goes down to the kiosk and wraps around the llama paddock that's there. The next page is oriented in the same way. And is this utility that helps map out acreage? I don't remember exactly how big each plot is, each square. I think it's a 64th of an acre. I don't know the linear footage of that. So each of those numbers is 1/64 of an acre. I believe by memory. So if you flip back to that first page, notice that the property boundaries of the yin yang, the charter school in town, don't go all the way to the edge of the Baca. There's that that zigzag boundary that is between those two properties. But then there's also on the bottom edge of the map, there's actually a little strip that runs along down here that is easement. No, it's still on, I don't know, I assume it was annexed. That was part of the original Filio property. So where
Part of
this,
the road, that's a road.
this blue line is the edge of the Baca that has the red dotted line going through it. That's a foot trail that was put in by the goat.
So according to our maps that I've seen and online, we can tell they put a road easement that actually went down along that edge.
Agreed. Yep. And so that appears on this
Yeah.
next page
You know what that is, guys?
as this section down here.
Except it's missing one section that's here.
Right, the charter school property that is not in debate is also not shown on this map.
Oh, I see.
So you're right, it does, that yellow line does extend further to the right hand side of this page, because that's all charter property.
Well, that's right away,
Right away, thank you very much.
and then charter per, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we Sarah, you don't have this, do you?
I actually have ArcGIS parcel viewer up right now, so I can see the plots that he's discussing.
Okay.
So this is current land holdings for town in blue. And then the 24 acres of the charter property. The red line on this second page is the edge of, what is the road that comes from the kiosk towards 2222 studio?
Oh. Oh, the red here,
This,
That's the. main
that's
road.
actually called road T until it hits.
the T comes down this way.
It's still considered road T
Oh, interesting.
until it turns into birch when it comes to town.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this red on the top of the page, that is East Line. Okay, everybody oriented?
Yep.
The only other thing to notice on this page is in this topmost box in the upper left-hand corner is current acreage for those three colors. The red's not included because it's
Yeah.
right away. So the charter school green property is the 2447. The town is the 8.38, exclusive of, not including the yellow. The yellow is the 2.69
Gotcha.
listed.
Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
Now I have a question though, does
Yep.
that include that little strip too or not?
it does not.
Okay.
And that brings up a question of what happens to, if we abandon this yellow, then what
We
happens to
should probably
that
have
yellow?
that
Yeah,
yellow too.
yeah. Yeah. The spreadsheet's not set up that way, but
Okay.
yeah, I would have to do some,
I don't think it would be much, but
no. So the first plotting that I looked at to present to my board was literal frontage for frontage. And so on this map, the original map, that is looking at this blue area compared to this green area, just flip-flopping those. The thing is, the green is so much wider that when you take this upper part of the L of town land and stick it on to just the frontage, that's what the next map is. Oh wait, I should say, and convert the yellow to the adjacent land. Now, I could have attached it to charter, or I could have attached it to town. The next one shows that the upper part of the yellow attaching to green and the lower part staying contiguous with town. So I kind of absorbed that yellow sort of more closely to existing boundary points, so kind of fewer surveying stakes needed in this But the problem with that is it doesn't give town very much blue land next to line. You can see that's a pretty shallow, again, I don't know the dimensions of this blue block,
Right,
but in order to keep the landfill site or alleged landfill site in town ownership.
right.
And adding on this extra blue strip over here, it really minimized that. So then the next
Oh, yeah.
sheet, I've turned that yellow into charter,
Mhm.
plus a little bit more to the point of the corner of the alleged landfill.
Nice.
So I gave you guys, or I gave the charter school 4 columns of this edge,
Mhm.
so that you could have a little bit more blue.
Now, the yellow
Up here.
of the safe routes to school that you've added in here, is that,
Is that yellow center?
how does that work?
So that is also an easement
Yeah.
currently granted by the town to the safe routes to school. So I put it in there as it's kind of undevelopable land. I mean, easements are
Sure.
eventually negotiable, but there is a big cement strip there that
Right.
kind of makes that land.
So it just stays like easement,
Yeah,
but does
I
it stay town, like in town easement, or does it then get transferred over to the?
I think that's a good point for debate.
Okay.
Um,
Again,
so now when we look in this upper left-hand corner,
Mhm.
the acreage, if you start at the bottom,
Mhm.
the yellow has now increased to 3.0.
Mhm.
Now, that does include an easement for a future road that wraps around the llama paddock.
Yeah.
And joins Lime at the intersection with Alder.
Mhm.
You guys following along? So I think that is potentially, well, for one thing, it keeps the easement about in equity with how it was before. That was a suggestion that you had made, is shift from over here to over here. I think that is potentially, I mean, there is sewer line underneath Lime, but if there was something to be done, or to sell those properties to the south of. I don't even know who owns those, is that?
Those are, no, those are, Robert Filio's.
Next to Living Wisdom, the next
Those three,
3 down. I think that's part of the reason the county didn't do that affordable housing was because of uphill access to the sewer
And water.
and
We
water.
didn't have enough.
And there's not enough water, yeah, I remember that big conversation we had at the church.
So we're.
Anyway, I think having this road in there could potentially reduce traffic through the circuit in the mornings. And provide a second egress and. So anyway, I threw that in there for those reasons, to keep the overall yellow about the same. And if you look at the 2 properties, the charter school is similar, we've gone down half an acre or something like that, we're at 24.2 now, and similarly, the town land has gone down a skosh from 8.38 to 8.33. So I've tried to keep the acreage very similar, and the additional yellow came out of both of our overall.
Does the yellow of the safe routes to school, is that all the yellow?
That is all yellow.
So it's 3 acres plus, that's,
Yep.
but then keep in mind, there's a little more yellow up here. It would also be include the yellow road that's not included on the spreadsheet.
It's.
Correct, I don't know,
Yeah, which isn't
I don't
a
know
big
about
deal, because it kind of would have to go with.
so I suppose with that in mind, that would increase the overall charter acreage. And so perhaps that could be negotiated in terms of the, compensation for, annexation or subdivision, or, some of the overall costs that the charter school is willing to, lawyer fees, the surveying, we're still talking, the advantage of this is that it cuts out the 20,000 in phase 1, phase 2 environmental assessment that would involve
Oh, yeah,
and
totally.
fill land.
No, I think
So-
it's a great idea. One other option would be, and I know you just kind of mentioned it, running sewer and easement, maybe run it down the edge of that property to hit, road T. I mean, as long as you're,
Down
down that,
the boundary between POA.
so everybody would have like a little easement going through, and then obviously we'd have to go underneath the trail.
There is that footpath that's there, it's, yeah, there's the cement path.
Right.
That's an easy underage, replace a couple of the slabs, but there is what they call the kiosk connector. That goes from the kiosk to the safe routes to school.
Oh, really?
It was established a couple of years
Oh,
ago.
cool.
It's a dirt track, but it's, people are using it, it's
Really?
already been extended uphill
Oh,
from,
cool.
crosses the,
Where
and it
is
goes
that?
up to the. So if you look on,
Page one?
back on, well, no, it's on the next page too. So this last page is another satellite view, and the pink line is what this last version represents. So this is the spreadsheet version, this is the same version with that pink line, showing the new demarcation.
All right,
It also shows that red trail that goes from kiosk in the
Okay.
lower left to the safe routes to school at the
that
back
kind of
corner.
just
Can we
weaves,
walk that, remember?
it weaves along the border of the POA and.
Yeah, we got an easement between the charter school and the POA.
Oh,
And it didn't involve town because the safe routes to school is right on the edge of the town, so I mean, maybe there's 3 feet there that we could have asked. Or I don't know.
well, you kind of already have the easement anyway.
Right, I think it just automatically joins the easement for safe routes.
But, I guess my question would be, and I don't know who would pay for it, but if Filio wanted to put sewer up here, like you wanna develop, say we had more water for development.
Say we have more water, I heard that
Yeah,
phrase.
Say we
Let's
had
just
more
say.
water, and they needed to have a sewer instead of doing septic up there, which would be kind of not the best idea. Maybe he would ask all of us for easements going all the way down
Mhm,
the edge of the property line,
mhm.
which might be an interesting thing,
And what is this pink here?
that's the old road. But, I think, right?
What's your question, Julie?
Oh, I'm sorry.
The pink,
The pink,
Yeah.
so that's what,
the edge of the old road,
yes, the edge of the old easement road.
although it isn't, black. I don't know.
And there's black.
So it's this, Julie,
Oh, it's the
it's
old.
that,
Okay.
it's that property that's down in there,
Uh,
and I've added that into. Charter,
One thing to keep in mind though is we would keep this
Yeah.
section here, right?
yeah.
and only because it connects to the other section that's off the edge of the map. That's
Well,
what
then
you're-
you guys put that, but I don't know if you
Oh,
added, did you add that?
I did add that
Yeah.
in, so that
Okay.
became blue, yes.
I mean,
So it went from yellow easement by town to property without an easement. Do you have to vacate an easement? I assume that's a process.
Thomas. Thomas,
I think it gets transferred with the deed. So it would get transferred, the easement would get transferred over to the charter school. But I don't think there's an easement yet, I mean, there's a road easement, but. I don't know if it was ever, I don't know.
The yellow just kind of designated
Oh.
corners without, I'm sorry, I don't know either.
Wait, I'm sure you're talking about the road that went through,
Yes,
okay,
does that get vacated?
yeah,
Thomas,
and then. The question I have would be, would we draw? Like a line? So the line would actually be along this edge. Of that.
I didn't
Or
get
not.
to that level of detail with my
The
board.
reason I was saying that because this land and this land then connect with a little section between.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? If you added this into this yellow,
That they
Um,
can, that's right.
I mean, that's the nice thing about this design, I think, is that you have sort of like this cool. Like say you. I don't know, say there was a path or something that went through, you could theoretically have a town path that comes through. Hits the safe routes to school here, cuts over and then goes onto this land if we do something
I mean,
better.
the old social path does just that.
Yeah,
There's the
Oh,
old
is it?
railroad,
Oh,
it's the
right.
old railroad grade.
that's right. Okay.
Follows exactly what you just described.
Okay.
I would counter, I think my board, I'll try and speak for them, although that's dangerous. Is that in the same way, not having the yellow safe routes to school be charter
Oh.
gives us contiguous.
Oh, right,
It's gonna be one or the other.
I see.
But if it's an easement, then is it, Yeah,
Right.
so I don't know, do you want a strip of blue in order to access that,
Or-
and how wide would it need to
Right
be,
here.
or some,
Right
yeah,
here,
Or we could make this little center area kind of a no man's.
yeah.
or,
That everybody could cross, yeah, he's been like that anyway.
what would you say the acreage on this is?
Uh,
This-
I don't know, it looks like
I
about
don't-
half and half, this is maybe a little smaller
Yeah,
than that,
smaller than that, so if it's something, this is about 4, almost under 4.
something like that.
Yeah,
well, it's interesting,
Hmm.
I like it. I definitely,
I think it's a starting place.
I think it's a great one.
Good.
Well, I
And,
mean, I think it's just interesting how like you were able to take the idea of the, you know, liability for you guys out. And still kind of like share everything that you guys would want. You'd also have, yeah, like I think you're right about having some kind of access going the other way too. Would be really good, so it's kind of a crisscross area.
right, I mean, I certainly Doug Coombs wants us to believe that if you have an in-holding, you must also get access to it, right?
Right.
That's the Wolf Creek Pass,
Uh-huh.
development.
Oh, wow.
Legal storyline. So, what I believe the next steps to be, and this is, obviously just from my perspective, is to go back to the lawyer that we've, a retainer with, and move forward with a common understanding that some version of this,
Mhm.
and she may have legal language about the need for access to the back 4 acres with the landfill site. Versus, right, I mean, access for you cuts off access for us, so there's some version of no man's land or some version of.
Well, one other thing,
Mutual.
one other thing, and I haven't really brought this up with the county or anybody. That for that matter was. That safe route to school is really a nice 1 lane if it was an emergency. And I
yeah,
would like to figure out how to somehow carefully, without like. Stepping on anybody's toes. Dedicate that as an emergency outlet. If there was something happening in town and the road was blocked, that people would use that, and I think people will use it anyways. But it might be nice to have something like that, dedicated.
is there,
I don't know how to do that. I mean, it would have to be probably through the safe routes to school people.
is there road access to it, though? It doesn't go all the way to Lyme, does it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it does, okay.
Oh, it goes,
It has a curvy little path
There's
there,
actually a 20-foot slab on the north side of
right on the.
the eventual
right off the
extension.
street. Okay,
So yes, it crosses the street and there's a stop sign there that some people were.
oh,
yeah, we're probably gonna pull that one out, cause no reason for that thing to be there. It wasn't a road, we never dedicated it as a road, it's a street, it's a walk.
yeah, but,
I'll leave that up to
Well, yeah, I mean, the county, I was like, use it for a place we need it.
you. Yeah.
I was like, you just pull it and put it right over here.
You might wanna wait until the Department of Transportation does their final inspection,
Oh,
and
wow.
a walkthrough, which is still,
Alright,
they got a backhoe up there right now, they're putting in a bike rack on the south end.
oh, cool,
And doing a repair on the north.
oh, cool. But anyway, I do think it could be an emergency outlet, I mean, I know if I had to get out of here. And that road was blocked, I would go straight over there and I
Well,
would
there was-
ask questions.
if you were building a road though, extension of Alden.
Well, that's
that-
prior to that.
Yeah, prior to that, that's.
So as I was saying, I can go to the real estate lawyer and propose the tabling. This phase 1, phase 2 environmental assessment piece.
Mhm.
And that simplifies the process. She has already been working a little bit on sequencing of, what makes the most sense in terms of surveying and then, corporation annexation, thank you, and then subdivision and so on, what is the best pathway forward? And
I know if we want to
we can also ask her about this idea of access to the back zone. Is there anything else you would like me to?
No, I do like the idea, like if it doesn't go to the town, if the safe routes to school, and I don't know how that. you wanna draw that line, either way, that little section, almost like a separate little. Yeah, like no man's land or something, crossover piece that, just provides, I don't know. You know, I don't think anybody's really, I don't think you guys are gonna complain if people are walking on one side or the other.
Well, I'm not sure really what you're doing back there.
I don't-
but-
Huh?
I don't really know, there's nothing back there.
Back here?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I hate this. Huh?
yeah, I mean, in 20 years, maybe there will be
No,
something
no.
back there,
Yeah.
and I think that's still where we'll have that level of.
So we have lines here showing where the.
I have an idea for
area
this.
is. What, the skateboard park?
Sledding hill, you want the
Sledding hill.
sledding hill?
I really wanted to
down
slide it back.
Well,
I mean,
this,
we had Mount Trashmore. It was great. Everybody loved it. We used it for training.
We had these dumps in New York, it was in Queens.
The dumps?
And it was like, yeah, we used to have.
so how long is this? I mean, is it long enough for something like that? Is this long enough? You don't want.
I don't know.
Yeah, it
By
looks
the time we-
kind of short. I think it'd be better this way here.
That's on town, that's on their land.
I know.
Yeah.
Be great right here.
You know, he wants everybody, you know, just trade the whole 25. and say,
Just, use it up.
Is there anything else you think I should approach the lawyer with? Any other considerations?
Oh gee, you guys think of anything?
Well, this is exciting to see progress.
Just like, thinking in terms of that, the area that runs all the way down the back side of the north side, what, you know, how it would be to do it like a utility easement if we needed to run, cause that would open up a whole new thing, you know, with, and, you know, it might be kind of weird, tractors and stuff going back there. I don't know how deep you have to go or how you have to do that, but basically a straight shot
You
right
might have
down.
to talk with the POA on that.
POA has nothing, no, I'm talking about,
Go out.
it's between town,
It's the south edge of town, just north of POA
but
boundary.
it would be partly your land and it'd go into our land and go back into your land. It would run all the way down this line here. And then it would hit the kiosk.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm thinking that is because if they're gonna be messing with the kiosk area and digging all that area up eventually, which they probably are. Eventually,
You know,
they're gonna be hitting some lines under there, they're gonna be hitting our our wastewater line for sure. Whatever else is under there,
would you talk with Tom?
so it might be good to put a T in already, just to start going up anyways,
Would
just
you
to,
talk with Tom McCracken on that?
I don't know who we talk, I
Are there
don't know.
any ant people tunnels going under there?
Huh?
Any ant people tunnels going under that area?
Camp people, well, there could be.
We'll find out.
Some Arcturian people.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, and that's what this little blue hoop-de-hoop down here represents, is there is a sketch that is out in terms of a small little parking area in Bending Meady's area. So,
Well, there's, I would just say like, as that comes up, we just keep our eyes on it and just say like, maybe we wanna have a utility easement, but it might be a good idea to think about that as we're doing this. Because you could just write it in initially, that down the edge could be a utility easement for sewer,
you know,
so. Because if you guys wanted to put any more buildings on the backside. You're not gonna pump it all the way back up towards Lime Street. Right?
so if I can follow that tangent, actually, are we done enough with this conversation about the swamp?
I think it's great. Should we do a motion to pass it to the board?
Yeah. Okay. Well, go ahead.
Make a motion to
Recommend.
recommend the land swap. As stated here to the board.
I'll state it on page, there's no page numbers.
Nope.
No, but.
I want to be clear because I'm not obviously in the room with you guys. Are you guys looking at potentially proposing 3 or 4? The proposal with the gain of 0.37 or the loss of 0.05?
0.37. 0.37?
Okay. So the gain of 0.37 with the shallower northern plot. Okay, that makes sense.
0.05. Crestone?
It's number five,
No, the next
and number
one.
five.
The next one.
Sorry, Sarah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and I really
that's
have to
the
look-
loss of 0.05.
Can we name this one? It would be the.
For hold number five on this
Oh.
document.
It says number five.
I don't see that. Oh.
That subheading up there next
Oh,
to
perfect.
District 1125,
Okay.
says number five,
Okay, I like that.
actually closer to number 20.
So motion
6/11/25.
recommend number 5 proposals to the board.
Wait. Proposal 5,
So on the board, then we'll, obviously it's gonna take a little reviewing. We'll probably have to. So,
Would you like me to present?
well, the next meeting, yeah.
sorry, next week.
I can run through the same thing, I can say less, I don't know what you guys want.
All right, well, let's,
Or do you recommend and you prevent and I keep my. hands up?
I think we should just get the motion and then we'll figure out the technicalities. I'll second.
You'll second it, okay. Any, all in favor, is there any discussion on?
I want to
Wait,
I want to ensure one last component regarding an element that Benji just also brought up about the utility easement. Is it most appropriate for us to figure out that piece first and then make a proposal to the board, rather than them approving and us going back?
That's a good idea. I mean, I wonder if he's gonna have to go back to his board one more time and ask them about this, a possible easement.
Or
I think that's a really important component of all of this before it goes to the board personally.
Yeah, I mean, we would have to ask for it even if. So even if this trade didn't go through, there would still be. Asking for an easement later, you know what I mean, it would be still. A long section of your land, if we ever wanted to go down that, it would have been some, probably more of our land. So I don't know if it's something that has to be done right away, like you have to go back to your board, but you would, I don't know. What do you think?
I think it would be to the town's advantage to not negotiate that now because there's all green and blue.
Yeah.
Which means somewhere else.
Yeah,
In order for my board to not feel like we're
right.
losing.
Well, it would be a utility easement, being that it would be under the ground and you wouldn't, but then you'd have to just
Allow,
know that.
I mean, you're not gonna build right on the edge of the property, there's a setback and so on anyway, but I would suggest
Separate.
that be perhaps included in. There will need to be negotiations. Again, the lawyer that I've been in contact with suggested land valuation prior to somewhere in that timeline that I mentioned, the critical pieces. And I would suggest related.
So the other thing is, Robert
It
Billy.
saves 1 month to not consider it now.
Hmm.
For me to go to my board, actually, we
Yeah.
don't even have a July
Right.
board meeting, so
Right.
it would be the August board meeting, so we're 2 months further.
The other thing is that it might be the filios that are asking more for it than we are.
Mhm,
We don't really necessarily need it. He needs it.
mhm, mhm.
Hmm.
So it's sort of like he's gonna have to come to us and negotiate it and figure that one out.
Right, or the charter school, if we wanted to put.
Right,
the
right.
Property on the back.
exactly. If you wanted to do something, then you could,
That-
yeah. So I would say that.
It would be a good opportunity to see what's inside that dump to cut through the edge of it.
Mhm.
I'd love to see what. But I think it's not.
Yeah. I found an old ice skate, a rusty ice skate.
Did you?
Yeah, I still have it. It's really cool. It's just like,
Those are hazardous, I've heard.
oh, really?
The bum, yeah,
Touch yourself.
Not sharp at all. It's the most dull thing you've ever.
well, it must have been a male,
Ice skate?
yeah, it was a male ice skater.
Why?
Cause the male ice skates are different, I think, or are they race?
Oh, I don't know.
Very-
I was thinking about bringing it to the museum. It's pretty cool. I just looked down and I was
Having-
there. All right, anyway.
Having heard what you had said, Mr. or Chairman Byer, having
No,
heard
I'm
what
not-
you just said about what it would look like for development moving forward and the fact that it would be that renegotiation regardless, I'm comfortable moving forward with the proposal.
Great, thank you. So,
Okay, no, next we have another.
Just one comment is the yellow that goes down to and the proposed town into the charter and alongside the llama farm there. That is personally from my town, and I'm not representing the town, of course, but that's really important as another exit route. Alongside it would also give access to the town property to the west. And also get you down to the T road.
Right,
You know, it doesn't have to be built right away, but that's a nice way out of town.
yeah, I think we just,
And it accesses all the charter school property as well, down below. So I think that easement is very important.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
okay,
I totally agree. I mean, it could be even like the charter school can say, can we extend off of it? You know, right there. Could just go, you know, into a parking lot or whatever it is.
The sports field or
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Well, and it just cuts down traffic from driving through town and past
Yeah.
this place and, you know.
but if you did build a sports field in this large area, would it be open to the community also? Or would it be just school?
So all of that is, I mean, generally, yes, it's part of the best grant and the match that we have through the mill levy with town is, or not with town, with the district, school district. Is that the charter school current building is community accessible.
Yeah.
And we do have community activities happening there. We are ramping that back up and providing more opportunities and ease for that to happen. You know, my eventual thought is either the charter school is building some sort of gymnasium, again, with best funds or some other that would require some version of community match, or that there is a third entity, the community group that is advocating for a community building. That would take an additional step of a recreation district or some other version where we look at, you know, would charter school contribute some land and town also some land? How does that work with the trail going in between it? That's a whole nother level, that,
And another can of worms.
that's
No,
why I'm
come
focusing on
Don't
just
make it a
this.
can of worms.
It's a
doesn't
can of
have to
worms.
be.
It is a
Doesn't
can
have
of
to be a can of worms.
If the charter
It has
school
to
is
be
to build its own
minded.
gym, then yes, we would want to open that up in the same way that if we had ball fields, then it would be
Yeah.
community access.
Right. Okay,
Alright, so we have a motion on.
do we have a motion on the table?
Yes,
And who seconded?
me.
Okay, so are all any more discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Nice.
Aye.
So it's going,
Did this-
yeah, now we can talk about how it goes to the board.
So I have one other
Yeah.
question of interest for the charter school. Is the Moffett district is looking at collaborating with a Front Range school that is, they have an industrial arts program and they have been building tiny homes.
Cool.
And Moffett District is looking at purchasing some of these at cost, because it was all student labor, so it's really just materials costs. To purchase a few of these tiny homes, and they have a property out there near the cell tower that they would establish these, or where that old building was that they scraped off. Somewhere, they're looking at some version of staff housing that they have said could be used for district employees, not just Moffett employees. However, is it possible for, on the charter school property down the extension of, Hemlock, to put in some tiny home sites? They're basically RV sites. But I don't wanna put in a pump station. I would want to ask for a septic. Is that even allowed to, is that something that could be considered, or would I?
So septic kind of goes through the county, which goes through the state. So basically, they hire or have an inspector that's a county employee that does state inspections. And they do the
But it doesn't, because that is annexed town land, there's not, are there other buildings within town limits that have septic?
Yeah.
So it's possible.
I have something.
And
I
it would
see.
take some version of an accessory dwelling unit, or because they're mobile and it's kind of an RV site with, with sewer pipe and electric there. I gotta figure out water, but water's downhill.
Mhm.
And quantity of water availability. I also know that that is a consideration, but this is a possible proposal that the charter school could come to the town with.
I think so. But, you know, the other thing is, the one rule that we put in when we were kind of eliminated the size limit in town. I think it was, originally 300 square feet, or it might still be 300. And then accessory
Minimum.
dwelling unit was 80% of that, so then you get down to actually like 240 or something like that. Was that it had to be attached to the ground, it couldn't be like a mobile tiny house, it has to be, you have a foundation.
Yeah,
And that was the only consideration besides that size thing. But it might be that the size thing is not in effect. I don't remember but I do remember tying it down was important. So not keeping it mobile.
So you put a cinder block, jack it up, put a cinder block and lower it down so the wheels are off the ground and it's permanent.
Yeah, it's a permanent, you know, foundation now. That doesn't.
Storage, right?
Oh,
Storage.
and then the sewage, yes, having some kind of state certified sewage. Now, there is this thing called a vaulted privy,
Mhm.
which is basically
Yeah,
a septic without a leach field.
got it.
And you just, when you fill it, you have it pumped out.
Okay.
And that's a certified.
I'm not sure I want to become a landlord, but
Oh,
I would like more housing for my employees.
yeah, I'm sure.
So this would be for your charter school employees.
The way it works in other school districts that are doing this is that there's a set aside for employees. They have it's a ranked lottery system or a ranked allocation system. And if there are no school district employees that are desirous, then it can be opened up to others.
Maybe we
as
get
a
the
local-
affordable housing credit for grant.
Yeah.
We get a credit every year, you have to have one unit of affordable housing. And anybody, we just got one from Swatch.
Like I said, I don't know if I want to become a landlord.
Yeah.
Cause then what if I fire an employee? And what, you know, that I try not to fire employees, but it's,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to know, it sounds like it is a possibility.
Yeah.
Very good, thank you. And there's an application for.
Yeah, I guess
Is it an
we just give,
accessory dwelling unit, does the county have to approve it as an ADU? Town, okay.
yeah, it doesn't
I'll
have,
speak
the
with
only
Patty
reason
or-
why you don't,
Did commercial or residential, is like a building permit.
well, they're under like a civic.
Yeah, we're civic, and so,
We just have to go into our zoning and figure out where it fits, I guess. It might be like a conditional use, but that's not a big deal, you don't have any neighbors, but. Sure Philly will care. I mean,
living wisdom is making an impact already, so I.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine they would
But
argue.
they did the planned unit development, which is
Right, that's
another thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an interesting idea, we certainly need the housing,
So on the 21st, we're having our meeting because Ariel's going to clerk school for the week, which is the normal week we have our meeting next week. So she's gonna be completely gone, and then she's gotta get our whole packet together the weekend before. And she's probably
I
already,
just added this single packet.
you did already. Okay, so it's going in. So if you wanna present, the only thing is like timing is a little weird with our timing on that, and I think we might have to have like another month to sort of contemplate it too, so it'd be like present.
Right.
I wouldn't make a decision, and also there was a talk. If we trade land, then we might have to have a public hearing about it, and that takes 30 days.
Mhm.
The attorney was, so we have to check with him.
Okay.
About having public hearing when we do stuff like that.
And, you know. What did you say, the 27th?
21st.
21.
That's 2 weeks out.
Yeah,
I don't know if the real estate lawyer will get back to me by then anyway, so I think. Assuming we don't hear back from them, it's still a preliminary.
so why don't we put it on the agenda, we've already approved it, we'll put it in the planning commission section. And then, of the agenda, and then we put you on the agenda for August 11th.
By then, I would think we would have more concrete.
And if you can't, then you let us know. Right, it's a Monday.
Is that the first day of school?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Wow.
August 11th, that's what you said?
Yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
Oh,
Well, pretty sharp, that one. You feel good at that.
So you won't be there.
It'd be tricky.
It
I mean, I know with the timing, it's like the board meetings are hours, right?
can be, we can go into the afternoon, so.
I usually leave at 4 to pick Loriana up from the board meeting, sometimes I go after 4, but.
Yeah, so if the planning commissioner section could be built.
Oh, yeah, usually way later.
Early, oh, late.
I would,
Okay, either that or we do a special meeting when you want, when you're available. We can do it before. You're like,
again, I think this is preliminary, and and maybe it would make more sense to, on the 11th. I can coach anybody, or I could make a little video presentation, something like that, to just talk through, make it shorter probably. And then, because we're really, this is not the final decision, we're gonna need surveys
Oh, yeah.
and corners and.
oh, I totally, yeah, it's gonna be basically an
Great.
ITA.
Right.
Like an intergovernmental
So
agreement.
maybe you guys are ready to go enough to
What?
talk to the board
Yeah.
without me.
Yeah,
No,
but here's what I would say, we bring it up at the planning commission without you on the 21st. We have two trustees that are also commissioners.
Well, the 21st is easy, but if you don't need me, you don't need me.
Oh,
It's the 11th that's the tricky one.
if you're available on the 21st and you can just give a preliminary, then I would just come
yeah,
in.
And then on the 11th, it would be yay or nay.
Right,
without
and-
more-
or if we have a public hearing, which has to be even 30 days from when we decide,
In September.
it might be good if you came to that as a public hearing, because then you could do the presentation to the public
Right.
as a, so, anyway, I think it's kind of just like
But
now,
for now, the 21st, see you then.
Okay.
Okay?
yeah,
Sounds good.
hey,
Is there any-
thank you.
thank you so much for coming, so.
I think it's good for all of us.
No,
I think it's good for the community.
yeah,
It's really good, seems,
Yeah.
thank you,
it's pretty ideal, actually. I mean,
good thinking.
See what the lawyers.
we already have, we already own the dump, we'll take responsibility. I mean, who knows, maybe one day we'll do it.
Be like treasure buried in that dump.
Yeah, we,
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you. There,
see you on the 21st,
thank you.
or before.
So Ariel, I don't need to write you about putting me on the agenda, right? I think that is, sorry, I didn't do it this time. Good night.
Right, so there being no further, is there any further discussion?
Now this is exciting.
All right, being no further discussion to come before the board, then this meeting is adjourned.
No.
Do we have, oh, what?
You need a motion.
Yes, do I have a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I second,
Second.
seconded,
I'll
okay,
second it.
Commissioner Dugan.
right, Ducali,
All in favor?
all in favor, say aye, don't rush me, okay.
Aye.
I
You already hit the thing.
I know, yeah, I've been tapping it slowly,
I'm so excited with that finale.
I know, it's fun.
Awesome.
Okay, so we've said aye,
Have a good evening.
the meeting is
See you next,
bye
everybody.
bye,
Thank you.
thank you for coming,
Bye.
guys.
Good thoughts on, I know it's your guys' idea to eliminate the dump out of that,
Yeah,
so.
actually, you found quite a few people